It may be too late to ask this question now because we're in this situation that we're in now. But in hindsight, should Senator Feinstein have handled this differently?
The sooner this kind of information gets to the FBI, the better for all concerned. I don't care to second guess her determinations about the privacy concerns of this individual, because I was not in those conversations. But clearly, the FBI has a responsibility to look into the background issues of somebody as to whom they're doing a background investigation. That's beyond obvious, and they should be looking into this on their own, were it for a position in the FBI or as an assistant United States attorney or any regular background check. They would automatically, as John Yoo himself said, they would automatically go and complete the backgrounder. So
does it bother you? Does it bother you that you didn't know this information when you had a chance to question Judge Kavanaugh?
What bothers the hell out of me is that we have a witness who has come forward with very credible allegations. They are very detailed and specific. They corroborate with facts we know to be true, and they were made long before this recent assertion in a very consistent way. So a lot of the tests of credibility have been met by this witness. And instead of being treated fairly, instead of being treated the way that every prosecutor in the country, every victim witness organization, every victim witness coordinator knows to be the right way, she is being thrown out of the witness stand without the benefit of any investigation. And that is so appallingly wrong, it is really hard to overstate it. It's the kind of thing, Chuck, that if a prosecutor of mine in the Rhode Island Attorney General's office doing a domestic violence case did, you'd be considering firing that prosecutor for what they did. And the fact that this whole committee of Republicans is lined up behind that kind of misbehavior is really stunning.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.